Today, a phone call that could alter the course of a war. The planned phone call between President Biden and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. This will be the first call between the two leaders since that tragic incident where 7 aid workers were killed in an Israeli strike in Gaza this week. Top White House officials are telling CNN that Biden is both angry and outraged about it. This morning, the founder of World Central Kitchen, who the aid workers work for, Chef Jose Andres, is accusing Israel of systematically, his word, targeting the aid convoy car by car, and he is calling for an independent investigation into it.
This was not just a bad luck situation where, we dropped the bomb in the wrong place or no. What I know is that we were targeted deliberately, non-stop, until everybody was dead in this convoy.
CNN's Arlette Saenz is at the White House with more for us. And Arlette, Democratic Senator Chris Coons, who's very close to Joe Biden, he was just on speaking to Sarah, and he said this phone call he expects is going to be very important in the next step in the U.S.-Israel relationship.
Yeah, Kate, and President Biden is expected to convey his personal anger and frustration directly to Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu as they speak in the coming hours. The Israeli strike that killed these 7 aid workers with World Central Kitchen really marks the latest flashpoint in an increasingly tense relationship between Biden and Netanyahu. And many are questioning whether this moment could serve as a turning point in U.S. support for Israel as it conducts its campaign to root out Hamas in Gaza. Now, the president has expressed his outrage about the incident. Frustration has been rising here at the White House. The president is expected to focus on the death of those aid workers while also broadening out the conversation, trying to discuss ways to ensure that there are protections for humanitarian aid workers. Sources have told us that U.S. officials have already started talking to the Israelis about the need to change the way that information is transmitted when it comes to the locations of aid workers. We also anticipate the president to talk about the ongoing hostage and humanitarian aid negotiations to try to get a temporary ceasefire, as well as that operation that Israel is expected to wage in Rafah. Now, ahead of this call, Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin spoke with his Israeli counterpart, Yoav Gallant, where a Pentagon spokesperson said that he conveyed his outrage while also saying that this incident reinforces U.S. concerns about needing to protect civilians in any type of operation that Israel conducts in Rafah. But even as we have seen this heightened rhetoric from the administration expressing anger and outrage, what we have not seen yet is any shift in policy when it comes to the U.S. approach to Israel, especially when it comes to the U.S. continuing to provide military support to Israel without any conditions. Officials here at the White House said that they are not at that point where there is a shift in policy, though a senior administration official says that there has been a shift in the frustrations from the president. Now, this all comes as President Biden is also facing significant pressure here at home when it comes to his handling of this conflict. He heard that directly from Muslim community leaders here at the White House on Tuesday, but many are questioning whether this exact moment could serve as any turning point in the administration's strategy. As of now, it doesn't seem that they're changing any pathway forward in the imminent future.
Arlette Saenz at the White House. Thank you so much, Arlette. See you, Sarah.
All right, thank you, Kate. CNN Chief International Anchor Christiane Amanpour is joining us now. Christiane, we just heard from Senator Coons, who says there is a line and there should be conditions. And the president of the United States has been very frustrated, we know, with Netanyahu and Israel's approach in Gaza at this point. The pressure is really mounting on Israel from other close allies. What are you hearing?
Well, precisely that. And really in the United States, you'd have to go back as far as the first George H.W. Bush administration, when they expressed public frustration and anger over different issues, the increasing building of settlements. And James Baker held out a phone number for the State Department to say, when you're serious, give us a call, you have the number. But what does this actually change, this mounting pressure? As you heard from Arlette, it's unlikely to change any shift towards sending military aid to Israel, but that is precisely what governments around the world, Israel's allies are being asked to do, including here in the UK. Defense Minister, former Prime Minister and Foreign Minister David Cameron has said that he has demanded to his Israeli counterpart an immediate investigation into this appalling attack on aid workers. And he said, we want to see that happen very, very soon. The problem here is that all the allies say that Israel has a right to defend itself after what happened on October 7th, but that it must act within the rules of the international road. There are international laws that include not firing on civilian convoys. And let's not forget, this one, like the others, were heavily coordinated with Israel. This is what the UN humanitarian chief told me about the World Central Kitchen assassinations or attacks on Monday.
Yes, it's a duty of care problem, but it's also a legal problem. Attacks on humanitarian institutions and workers is prohibited under international law. So whether it's intentional or not, it's a crime. And we must be very conscious of this. As I say, it's been happening, as you know, Christiane, to our colleagues from the outset.
And as you know, hundreds, nearly 200 UN and other aid workers have been killed, the vast majority of them Palestinians. Sarah?
You know, it strikes me in your conversation that he said whether it's intentional or not, it is still a crime. What is the impression that Netanyahu and his administration is giving to those who are calling for better treatment of civilians? What are you hearing?
Well, look, it's really, really difficult to understand this. Even former President Trump has told, and you can see it on an Israeli website, Israel Hayom, it's a right-wing website. They interviewed him earlier, and even he said, you've got to stop your war. Yes, you could defend yourself, but you've got to stop this. You're losing your international credibility and support, and we cannot keep seeing these bodies piling up in Gaza. So this is really becoming, remember, Trump gave Netanyahu everything he wanted, moving the consulate and the embassy to Jerusalem, giving them sovereignty over the Golan Heights, practically inviting them to annex the West Bank. He was very much in Netanyahu's camp. But right now, as I've said, there's an increasing number of allied governments, allies of Israel, who are looking at the very serious matter of continuing to send the massive weapons systems and the bombs, 2,000-ton bombs from the United States that are, or 2-ton bombs that are being sent. And again, here is Jose Andres on his conversation with President Biden.
I spoke to President Biden yesterday. President Biden made a statement, which seems is already a harder stand, but it's very complicated to understand that we are going to be sending, America is going to be sending its Navy and its military to do humanitarian work, when at the same time, weapons provided by America, not to defend Israel itself from missile attacks, but use weapons that are killing civilians in this moment.
And as you can imagine, if international aid organizations like the UN, like Jose Andres, stop doing their vital humanitarian work, who is going to do it? Is Israel going to do it? That's all that's left. And we saw the catastrophe when they tried that, freelancing a few weeks ago, and some 118 people were killed in shootings and a stampede. It's a very critical issue right now.
Christiane Amanpour, thank you so much for all of your reporting as always. John?
As we are standing by for that phone call between the president and prime minister, there already has been one conversation between U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin and his Israeli counterpart. So what took place there? CNN's Natasha Bertrand at the Pentagon. Natasha, what did they have to say?
Well, John, it was largely a mirror image of the conversation that President Biden had, the statement that President Biden had issued earlier this week, that he was expressing outrage over this WCK strike. Secretary Austin apparently told the Israeli defense minister that he too was outraged by this attack, and he urged them to conduct a swift, thorough, and independent investigation into this attack. And importantly, something that we've heard from other administration officials as well, they want the results of this investigation to be made public public, and they want someone to be held accountable for this tragic mistake, which is what the Israelis are characterizing it as. But the administration is really, at this point, kind of withholding judgment about whether or not this was deliberate. And for that reason, they are not giving any sense of whether or not they're going to shift their policy towards Israeli defense and arms sales, which have been ongoing. As we reported earlier this week, the administration is set to approve an $18 billion F-15 sale to the Israelis, where the jets won't necessarily be delivered for another 4 to 5 years. There are questions about why the administration, while they're expressing outrage over this strike, while they're expressing outrage over the fact that Israel does not appear to be doing enough to protect civilians, is engaging in these arms sales with the Israelis, and thereby kind of affirming that they view them as kind of a professional military that is capable of carrying out these operations in a way that is consistent with how the U.S. would expect their allies to. And so while Secretary Austin did reiterate that he is angry about this strike, it remains to be seen whether anything is actually going to change when it comes to concrete U.S. actions, because at this point it does not seem as though the Israelis are necessarily listening to what the U.S. is saying, and we're seeing that play out in real time, of course, with the operation that they're planning in southern Gaza in Rafah.
Yeah, indeed that is the case. Obviously, a very important day as we watch it unfold. Natasha Bertrand at the Pentagon, thank you very much.